Hmm. I wonder if the King of Fighters open beta is going to use a different app. I wonder if we're going to have to re-download that. Sorry, having thoughts to myself. Wario Dragoon, what's going on? You'll see. I was somebody told me like somebody I was having a conversation and I didn't realize if I'm gonna be uploading these to YouTube, I should probably put the chat on the screen just so if anybody watches the YouTube video, it doesn't sound like I'm just making up questions and talking to myself. Have I looked at my Switch stats yet? No. Did that come out? Did the Switch stats thing come out? Where is that? Is that on? Do I get an email for that? I didn't know that the Switch stats came out. Well, I didn't get an email for it. I go to the website. This is the link I used. All right, so let me see here. Oh, so this just goes right to Nintendo's. Okay. Sign in. I have to sign in. So wait, I can just go. Hold on. Let me see here. All right, I gotta sign in. I always forget I forget all my sign in info. What the heck is my sign in info? I think I have it written down somewhere. Nintendo. Okay. Yeah, and then. I think that's it. Is that right? Oh, wait. Did I get a save? Did I get an email? Hold on. I'm doing the verification thing. Hold on. All right. So there we go. So that's it. All right. So now where do I see this? Oh, my glasses reflect my screen. Uh-oh. I hope nobody got my passwords. Switch is having a decent sale until tomorrow. Got some decent looking in. When did that sale go live? Is this the sale from the Game Awards? Is this the Game Awards sale? I looked at that already. See, now I'm all nervous about my glasses. Hey, Siri Goku. Seer, I'm just gonna call you Seer if that's okay. Okay, so I'm on the site. Where do I see this? What do I click here? Me? My Nintendo? I have my Nintendo. Wait. Redeem points, Dragalia lost. What? Okay. Play so many hours. Monster Hunter at the top for me for 122 hours. Oh, it's that sale. Okay, yeah, I went through that sale. I bought I bought Blaster Master 03. I don't know if that was part of that sale, but I did buy it. I like how the image for the Switch they use on the year in review is the OLED model, and I'm sitting here with the refurbished original model. Yeah, I don't know where on the website, like, what am I supposed to click to see this? Because there's not like How do I get to this? It was just the link I used, which auto signed me in because I was already. Yeah, for some reason it didn't sign me in. Oh, hold on. Maybe now that I click it. Okay, so now that I clicked it, it's in. All right. So wait. So let me hold on. Can I just open this? Can I just switch over to this screen? Hold on. No, because I'm on the website. I have to switch my monitor over. Hang on. Oh, stop. go. Hold on. I'm going to switch my monitor over, and then we can look at it together. There's not like, I hope there's not like personal information that's going to pop up. Oh, this is going to look weird. Hold on. You guys are probably going to see a weird looking screen. Okay. No, you're not. Okay. Do that. Do this. I really need a triple monitor setup. I really would like a triple monitor setup. Also so many hours played. Still have my original Switch model. No plan to get an OLED. I use my day one Switch. I'm still using my day one Switch. I would love to get an OLED. I think an OLED would look really nice because I play it a lot at work. So I think it would work really well. I don't have the money, and there's no real need to upgrade to an OLED. Why the incendiary stream title? What did I put for the stream title again? Oh yeah. We'll talk about that in a second. Hold on. Let me switch to that. There we go. So I wish there was like music. Where's the Wii Shop music, man? I love that music. Hold on. Can I get? Well, I wonder if I get DMCA'd for the Wii Shop music. Won't DMCA you, right? Music. I feel I can't imagine you get in trouble for that. Oh my god. Yeah, I hope we don't get in trouble for this music, in which case we're gonna, let's this is it. This is gonna be our test to see. Alright. So here we go. Silver Me's 2021 Nintendo Switch year in review. Check out all the fun you had. Let's look at your time spent playing the Nintendo Switch system in 2021 and see how it stacked up against last year. Thanks for making us part of your well-rounded free time. Day one with Nintendo Switch, March 3rd, 2017. I feel like that's true for a lot of us. I think because that's the day one of the system. I heard on playing YouTube videos, so who knows. We last updated your stats 2 days ago. 2 days ago. I played 40 games. Last year, I played 25. I feel like some of that is demos, free-to-play stuff. For a total of 770 hours. Last year, I logged in 8. Okay, so that's crazy because last year, I logged in 813, but that was during the shutdown. And during that 3 months, I played a bunch of Animal Crossing. So that's crazy that happened. Although this year for 770 hours, that's would that be Monster Hunter? Because I did play a lot of Monster Hunter. So I wonder if Monster Hunter had something to do with that. I wonder if that's the game that I played the most. I don't think so. It can't be. Oh, it is. Your most played game this year is Monster Hunter at 155 hours. Smash Brothers at 85 hours, which is because of us playing Community Day. How crazy is it that 83 hours for Tetris Effect, and that came out 2 months ago? October 8th, I think, was the day that Tetris Effect came out. 83 hours. That's my third highest played game, and it came out 2 months ago. Look, last year, Animal Crossing at 318 hours. Yikes. Let's see. Was that it? Oh. Now let's slice it down by month. I kind of wish we could just think how many hours it'll be when Sunbreak comes out. I don't know, because I haven't played Monster Hunter in forever. Hey, Trios. Oh, hold on. I forgot. The High Wario, Dragoon, Forgotten General, Siri Goku, Sire Goku. Thank you. Okay, I'm sorry. Hero, Ebel, Sentinel, and Trios. What's going on? Hopefully everybody's feeling well. Killer Claws, Sondox. What's happening? So let's slice it by months. 71. Any surprises there? Any surprises here? Yes. Why did I play so much in April? What the heck came out in April? I wonder what came out in April that made me play so much. October makes sense. Because this was Metroid and... No, Animal Crossing was last year. Animal Crossing was last year. This makes sense because this is Metroid and Tetris right here. I wonder what came out in April. April releases. Hold on. Monster Hunter... Oh, Monster Hunter was the tail end of March. I thought that was earlier in the year. Oh, okay. So that's what that is. That's what that is. Wow, that's interesting then that I... When exactly did it come out? Was it Monster Hunter Rise release date? March 26th. Damn, how much Monster Hunter did I play in March? April makes sense, right? It just came out at the end of March. Holy smokes, I just played it nonstop for a couple of days. There has to be something else in March. March 2021 Switch releases. What came out? Let's see here. Wait, no? Okay. New Nintendo Switch game releases for March 2021. So we got Monster Hunter. It's here are some of the noteworthy games. Harvest Moon didn't play. Sea of Solitude didn't play. Apex didn't play. Well, didn't really play. Crash Bandicoot 4, Kingdoms of Amalur, Legend of Heroes, Plants vs. Zombies, Overcooked, Story of Seasons, Tales from Borderlands, Balan Wonderworld, and Monster Hunter. Based on this list, which is just the noteworthy games, the only game I played was Monster Hunter Rise, and I played the crap out of it. Wow. Was about to suggest maybe Smash for when Sephiroth dropped. I played 115 games this year. Holy crap. Wow. No, it definitely ain't Balan. Maybe you played 87 hours of Balan. Definitely did not play 87 hours of Balan. April I get because Monster Hunter was already out. That was what I played. This one I 100% understand. Wow, and only 19 hours this month. I gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers. Your most active day was Tuesday, October 12th, where you clocked in 14 hours of play? I played Tetris Effect Connect for 12 hours on October 12th. Wow. You know why I played this much? I believe I had off this week. This was the week after... Because it came out the weekend before, but we had too many games. So did I stream it that day? Maybe I did. Maybe I streamed it that day because we were all, I'm pretty sure I was off work that week, and this was after too many games. Because I had to stop. I couldn't play anything over the weekend because everything came out on the Friday that I left for too many games. Do I have a link? A link for what? I have a bunch of Zelda games. I don't know if that's the link you're looking for. No. Who had that link? That could share that link with us. Hold on. Let me see. I take on older versus newer games, which is more creative overall. So we'll circle back to that. We'll circle back. Remind Jet Black. Remind me to answer that again. Yeah, there we go. The Hi Wario. That's the link right there. If it was a 3DS game, it got and take a break message after every game. Yeah. Oh my God. In 2020, my most played was Monday, April 13th. Animal Crossing was already out, and we were on shutdown. I don't know why the 13th in particular I played so much. 14 hours total, 12 of it were just Tetris. That's crazy. Anything else? 482 hours played on the TV in dock mode, 288 on the go. So that's at work. I play 288 hours of Nintendo Switch at work. Last year, I preferred dock mode. It doesn't have the times for last year, but as for your Nintendo points, I mean, I have 934 gold points. What the hell am I supposed to use platinum points for? What do I use platinum points for? Gold points are the ones that you use for discounts on games. I have no idea what I'm supposed to use platinum points for. By the way, Nintendo, whatever happened to the Tetris Maximus cups for 99 where we would get 999 gold coins or whatever? Can we get another one of those? I have no idea what I'm supposed to spend platinum points on. PC mobile wallpapers, that's it? All right, I mean, I have no idea. Look, redeem and save on more fun. That's crazy that I have 934 gold points. That's a free indie game. Platinum points, you get digital and physical prizes on My Nintendo. The platinum points you use from mobile games and swag. Was the platinum points what you used to use to get like the Smash Brothers soundtrack and the posters and stuff? Remember when they did physical things? Was that platinum points that you would do with that? It's slightly concerning, but really more fascinating to see the kinds of things Nintendo actually monitors us about. I wish the point, yeah, because I earned 730. I only have 510. There's no way I used any. I don't know what I used them for. My Nintendo used to give you so many good things. It's such a shame they basically gutted it. They still do, at least here in Europe. So definitely not in the U.S. I don't think there are any physical things that there are in the U.S. Oh, didn't they have a thing where you use platinum points to enter a giveaway? Wasn't that a thing a couple of months ago? Was it platinum points that you used for a giveaway? Nintendo Platinum Points giveaway. Oh, but that was only 30 points. Yeah, My Nintendo Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD sweepstakes. You needed to use 10 points, but you could do it 3 times. So that was all that was. There was a Dread merch giveaway. Maybe I missed the Dread merch giveaway. You can still do that? Wait, can you Nintendo Platinum Points giveaway. Let me see here. Here goes the Dread one. Maybe I answered the Dread one. This reward is no longer available. Oh, so that's the hoodie and the... Oh my god, that was good. I guess you can't do that. Yeah, you can't do that anymore. Are there any more? Maybe there's another giveaway or something. About points... It doesn't look like there's anything else you can do with them right now. That's such a bummer. I got Wind Waker HD from My Nintendo a few years ago. That's the best. That's the last time I ever used it. Even here, getting physical goodies through Platinum Points is dumb because they still charge you. I don't mind charging for shipping. That's totally fine. I'm okay with that. Your points decay after a while, like losing money on a gift card if you don't use them. No, I know, but I thought it would be like a year or two. This is saying I earned 730 points, but I only have 510. How fast do they expire? I figured they would expire at least after a year. If I earned 730 points, I think I only entered one of those contests. So that's 3 entries. That's 30 points. Realistically, I should have 700 points plus whatever didn't expire. A year. So how do I have 730 that I earned? Like, even if I started with 0, if I earned 730, it hasn't been a year yet. So I should at least have 730. How do I not have that many points? There has to have been something else. I don't know. I have to dig a little deeper into that. Hope you had a blast, Silver Me. Thank you again for sharing with us this year. Which Nintendo game that you played was your favorite? Here's a chance to shout it out. No actual shouting necessary. Pick. Oh, wait. Here we go. Yeah, because it doesn't have a list of everything that I played. I want a list. They last about a year. You probably earned points from the previous year that then expired. Maybe? It's such a weird sort of thing there. Of all those Nintendo Switch games you played, whether it was long, short, or sprawling or focused, new or old, which one did you like the most? Select your favorite game this year from the list, then download a fun image to share with the world. Look, I'd rather not. So is this all the games that I played? Yeah, okay, so this looks like all the games that I played. You earned 730 this year. Subtract what you spent, but the only thing I spent was 30. I entered one of those contests that cost 10 points 3 times. So I really should have 700 points. Unless they expire less than a year. So this is what I played. ActRaiser Renaissance, Animal Crossing New Horizons, Axiom Verge 2, Blaster Master Zero, Blossom Tales, which was really good. Capcom Arcade Stadium. Yeah, see, a lot of these are... This Capcom Arcade Stadium was a free download, but you only got, I think, one game. I think all you got was Ghosts and Goblins. Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker, which I really liked, but never went back to finish. Castlevania Advance, Castlevania Anniversary, Contra Anniversary. I was just playing that today. Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. That was the free demo access for like a week. Death's Gambit Afterlife I was playing a little bit today. Deltarune Chapter 1 and 2, which I don't think I think I finished Chapter 2. Dice Legacy, Dicey Dungeons. Never went back to Dicey Dungeons. Dragon Quest. Hades was really good. Ooh, I don't know if Hades is going to be it. Knockout City. That was good. It scrolls so fast. Knockout City, Mario Party 8, Mario Party Superstars, Mechtermination Force. I got far in that game and never finished it. Metroid Dread, Hunter Rise. I should go back to Hunter Rise at some point. The Nintendo 64 app, the Nintendo app, Pac-Man 99, Pokemon Unite, Sakuna of Rice and Ruin. That was kind of a disappointment of a game. Scott Pilgrim, that was a big disappointment. Genesis, Bomberman R Online. I downloaded that and I don't think I ever played it. I don't remember really ever playing that. SNES app, Smash Brothers, Tetris 99, Tetris Effect, World Ends With You Final Remix. I guess I downloaded it. I don't remember playing that game at all. Translation was that was a good idea for a game, but I didn't like it that much. Twitch, Visara Collection, and Wunderling. What was my favorite game out of these? What was my favorite game out of these? I mean, Hades was really good. Dread was amazing. Oh, can someone send me the link? The Wario had it, I think. Wario, the High Wario had it. I mean, even Superstars was really good. I don't know. What? Out of these games... I'm not going to say Metroid Dread. I think Metroid Dread might be the best game on this list, but I didn't play it nearly as much as some of the other ones. It's hard to not say Rise. It really is hard to not say Rise. I feel like I had the most fun with that game. Not just enjoyed it the most, but I played it longer than everything else and very, very much enjoyed it. It's between that and Hades. I'll be honest with you. I don't know. I think I gotta give it to Hunter. Yeah. I think I gotta give it to Hunter. Oh, wait, what? Oh, I can download something. Hold on. Save file. Alright, so what did I download? Oh, so it's just an image to say favorite game of 2021. Okay, that's all it is. All right, so that's not bad. Don't forget these. Oh, look, they had to add it up for you. They had to throw an ad at you. Three Houses, poor Three Houses, man. There it sits on my shelf, wrapped in plastic, unplayed. River City Girls, I wanted to play and never got around to it. I never even picked it up. I never bought it. Messenger is a game that everybody told me I should play. Watch episode 7 of... Oh, Masters of the Universe. Mr. L. Yeah, it's so good, right? Yeah, Messenger, everybody was like, you got to play this game. It's really good. On the horizon, there's a lot to look forward to. Pokemon Arceus, Kirby, Splatoon 3 is the one that I'm... Wait, why isn't there a little heart for Splatoon 3? That's a bummer. Guess which Final Fantasy game I got on my phone? Record Keeper? I don't know. See more? Oh, wait. That's just... Okay. What's this? One last thing before you go. You can download a free wallpaper and reminisce about these Nintendo systems. This is kind of cool. Let me see this. I'm going to save that. Did you play these at the time? Yes, I did. Played every one of those systems when they were out. Check that out. That's cool. No release date, no heart. I thought it had a release date though. Wasn't it April or something? I could have sworn it did. Maybe that's it though. Maybe it didn't. Hold on, I'm looking at chat here. Mr. L, yeah, you watched episode 7. Was that Savage? Yes, Mr. L. Great episode, wasn't it? This is cool. I like this. All right, so we'll close that. Is that it? Anything else? Happy gaming. See you in 2022. Yeah, so that's it. All right, that's cool. I like that. All right, we can stop the music. There we go. That was cool. I like that. I have a hard time saying what game is game of the year. A few of them are so good. I have this on background while playing Chrono Trigger. Is the Dragon Tank hard or do I just suck? The Dragon Tank is not hard. Well, it's tough. You have to use a little strategy when you fight the dragon. You know what I mean? You got to attack like the right thing. It's tricky, but it's good. I'm waiting for Jesus to tell me which. I finally got to play. Oh, you got Tactics. Oh, you got Final Fantasy Tactics on your phone. Nice. I played all of these when they were new. Yeah, absolutely. So did I. I would cheat and say Endwalker, but that doesn't count as its own game. The purple lunchbox looks neat. I would like to play that library. Where can I find it on Nintendo Switch family of systems? You cannot. The Heart is asking if you want to put it on your list, on your wish list. That and Kirby. Oh, okay. If you want to put it on your wish, that's what the Heart is for. I don't think they're available to pre-order yet. I got all 3 wallpapers. I think we cut down on a lot of gaming due to 2020 being 2020 plus Animal Crossing. I don't know. My most played games of the year. What are your most played? Spelunky 2? Wow. Dragon Quest 11 and Shin Megami Tensei 5. Last year it was Rune Factory 4. You know what I want you to do? You know what I want you to do? For anybody that does this, can you go through that? Grab your most played games, put them on Twitter, and tag me in it. Because I want to see what your most played games are. I would love to see what your most played games are. Oh, okay, Jet Black. I want to go back to that. My take on older versus newer games. Which was more creative overall? I'm gonna cheese that answer, Jet, and say that that's hard to answer. I'm gonna say that's I don't know that it's possible to answer, and I apologize for cheating it, but here's why. Both are very creative, right? Old games and new games are both very creative. The problem is or the discrepancy is that new games, because the technology is so bigger, the file sizes are so bigger, and the games are so much bigger, it's easy to look at new games and say they are much more creative because there's a lot more creativity that goes into the games. But that creativity, we've actually often found out, is there for older games, but the games are limited. There used to be a lot of physical or data limitations, technical limitations. That's what I'm looking for. There were a lot of technical limitations that look at and you can tell me if I'm wrong. I've heard this before, and please tell me if I'm wrong. Yoshi in Super Mario World, Mario riding a dinosaur. My understanding is that what I've heard is that was planned for Mario 3. But due to technical limitations of the hardware and the software, they couldn't do it. So it had to wait. And then when the Super Nintendo came out, that's when they did it. So here you have this really sort of creative kind of thing. Mario 1? Wait, no, really? Was it as early as Mario? I always heard it was Mario 3. The boot is basically Yoshi. Karibo's shoe, one of my favorites, except not a dinosaur. So here you have this aspect of creativity that existed, but the technical limitations made it not come to pass. What does he say in Iron Man 2? I'm limited by the technology of my time. I find limitation makes for interesting ways to work around it. And yes, Yoshi was playing for Mario 1. So yeah, so you had these creative aspects of, and I'm sure there were a lot of games that did that, where they had these creative ideas, they just couldn't execute them. Nowadays, you don't have those limitations. So you're seeing what looks like a lot more creative ideas, when in reality, there are probably just as many, but they're limited. Not to mention the fact that gaming has come so far and so much more in depth that there were probably ideas back then that people were like, we can't possibly do this. Like, they weren't even having ideas. And then nowadays you can achieve big, so you dream big. And I wonder if that has something to do with the extent of creativity in modern games. Not necessarily because they're having more ideas than they had then, but because you're able to execute those ideas more now, you're seeing them get executed. You're seeing games with 200 different kinds of enemies and all kinds of music of all different genres and varieties, and level layouts like you've never seen before. You're seeing types of games that you've never seen before. You're seeing genre crossovers that you would have never seen because they were just not possible back then. You know, that was a game that I always talk about was ActRaiser. One of the things I loved about ActRaiser was because you had this platforming aspect and you had this sim world building aspect. That was great because that was something that probably didn't even seem possible back then. If you made a sim game or a platforming game, all of your resources had to go into making a game in that genre. So here we had a game that was able to do two separate genres and do them relatively well. So it almost feels like a technical marvel. I mean, it's not because it wasn't as in-depth. Each version wasn't as in-depth, but it was in-depth enough for you to be interested in it. But that was a great idea, very creative, which back then people were like, oh, I don't even know if we can do that. Nowadays, they're like, oh, yeah, just throw 5 different genres of games together. Go for it. Put this is an action platformer game with some RPG elements, and then we've got extensive mini games that are racing and puzzle, right? Like block drop puzzle games. You know what I mean? You had all of these things that you can throw into games. You look at Final Fantasy VII. You know, Final Fantasy VII had Obviously, it was a full-fledged RPG game with a lot of story elements. And then there was also a submarine game. There was also a whole racing chocobo racing game. The goofy, what's it called? The chocobo, no, the Moogle mating game where you try to make the Moogle have sex. Which, God, I wish that was an exaggeration, but technically that was kind of true. You know, you had all of these different things that in the old days you never would have thought I could fit all of these things into a game. Yeah, the Moogle dating sim. Oh, let me go back up here. The boot's basically Yoshi. I thought it was mind-boggling how the voice of Samurai Jack also played Ramza. Phil Lamar. Oh, does he? I should play Mario Maker 2 again after talking about. God, I like Mario Maker 2, but it just something about it just didn't hit well. I didn't play it that long. I didn't actually play that game for that long. Breath of the Wild and the Zelda one are the perfect example of that creativity since earlier days, but no technology. Yeah, you didn't have the technology to run it. Someone get experiment on this. Absolutely. Mega Man 2 was made with all the leftover assets that Inafune wanted to put in one, and it ended up being the most popular game in the franchise until Mega Man X. Takeshi's Challenge is technically GTA on the Famicom, but made awful. I find games nowadays becoming more like movies. That's Jet, that's a big problem that people have with modern games, is that a lot of people think that they're way too cinematic, that there's way too much. I don't mind that too much. If you do it right, I don't mind it. My issue with the overly cinematic games, particularly when they turn them into a lot of quick time events. But I don't mind it too. Here's why I don't mind. The big reason I don't really mind the overly cinematic games is because that's not all there is. There are still there are so many games out nowadays that there's enough for everybody. If you absolutely love cinematic games, there should be plenty of games for you to play. If you love platformers, there are now plenty of games. That's the biggest problem, is that a lot of those types of genres that reflect the older genres, platformers and 2D beat-em-ups and stuff, they went a while being ignored because you didn't have modern versions of that. I would imagine that you get a lot of people who say they like beat-em-ups now and have played River City Girls, Scott Pilgrim. What was the one that I slept on and then I finally got? I forget what the other. There was another one that I'm thinking of. Streets of Rage. Like you probably see a lot of people who say they love beat-em-ups and have played those games and have never played Turtles in Time. Never played the original Battletoads. Because there was a gap of time where those games weren't coming out new. So if you were a fan of beat-em-ups, you had to go back to the originals. Now, you don't have to. Now, you can play a variety of beat-em-ups and love the genre and have never played Turtles in Time, which, by the way, if you love beat-em-ups and you have not played Turtles in Time on the Super Nintendo, I would highly recommend you play that game. It's incredible. Turtles in Time, to me, one of the best beat-em-ups, if not the best beat-em-up ever. I personally, that game needs to be redone in widescreen, which it probably already was.
Intriguing to me, and I wish to subscribe
it needs to be
newsletter.
Redone in widescreen with 4 players online. That's what I need from SNES Turtles in Time. Amir Farouk 34. Thanks so much for the follow. Welcome. Former PlayStation head Sean Layden predicted that quadruple A gaming budget AAA, I guess, has doubled since he left years ago, from 100 million to 200 million. I haven't played the original Battletoads because I know better. Yes, and Hawk, the original Battletoads, let's be honest here, it's awful. It is awful for the wrong reasons. But if you are a hardcore beat-em-up fan and you have access to the originals, that's the kind of game you need to play to see it. You need to understand why it's like that. Turtles in Time was so hard last time I played. And then again, I was a kid. Battletoads is jank as heck. The SNES game is. I never played the SNES game. I don't think I played it though. I might have, and I just never. I don't know that I ever played it. Hold on, I'm going back up here. Mario's Time Machine. I mixed them up. What is somebody? Hold on. Somebody was saying, wasn't Yoshi rideable and Mario's Missing? I don't think I've ever played Mario's Missing. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not sure I've ever played that game. Maker 2 has more than one, but the brilliance of one comes from the console it was built for, the Wii U gamepad. Mario Maker 1 might be a game that was better on the Wii U than it was on the Switch. That's an interesting topic. I wouldn't mind going back to that topic at some point. Not today, but I wouldn't mind going back to that topic at some point to discuss ports from Wii U to the Switch, or even I think the Wii U is going to be more topical, but ports from Wii U to the Switch, what was better? That'd be interesting. Not playing the original Battletoads, is it a bad thing? No. It's not the original Battletoads, I wouldn't say is mandatory gaming, but I would say that it's important to know your roots. I think it's interesting. Now, Sire, yes, Double Dragon. If you're gonna play a classic beat 'em up to get a representation of what we had with beat 'em ups back then, Double Dragon, NES, and the arcade. There are several NES games where I would say that the arcade is worth ignoring. Double Dragon is one that I would highly recommend playing both of them. I think that the NES Double Dragon was fantastic, and I think that the arcade game was actually better. Mario Maker would be great on PC. The only thing I remember from Battletoads is AVGN's video and the step-by-step walkthrough his friend did. Was that Mike Matei? Did Mike Matei do a walkthrough for that? What I mean is focusing on how it looks more and more instead. Oh, focusing on how it looks more and more instead of what you can do. Oh, that's what you mean by the. You mean like the cinematic style. You mean like the cinematic visual style. Some dreams, for example, Silent Hill without the fog is bad. So they use the fog to make the games run smoother. Yeah, I remember Jet that was I remember reading that the fog in Silent Hill was to cut down on the draw distance, which made the game run better. And then if you try and do it without the fog, it just doesn't work. It's just not the same. I get that, to be fair, but even now I think lots of use of told. Hold on. You need to play this bad game to understand how far we come. But we'd be like, yes, I will probably, and then skip over. I mean, that's absolutely true. If you have Battletoads gameplay, Battletoads and Double Dragon, ironically. Pikmin 3 and Tokyo Mirage Sessions are probably better on the Switch because of the gamepad you said. Yeah, so we'll need to get into that. We'll need to get into that topic. Did you hear about the PS4 9.0 jailbreak? No, I didn't hear about that. Wish they would add mouse support for Mario Maker like they did for Game Builder Garage. I rescued and repaired TMNT Turtles in time for the SNES from the garbage, and it worked. Played and beaten it with a friend. It's such a good game. That's such a good game. Good Odyssey time. Oh, it wasn't Mike Matei, it was Boots. Xenoblade X, maybe one of those games. Alright. あんざです俺は強い俺からシルバーポイントOh, Tokyo Mirage Sessions is so good. I'm so happy they ported it to the Switch. What's this? Bad luck Bootsy? What? Shame he left the nerd. I'll be honest, I never really followed the nerd that much to know. Like, I know of Mike Matei now, but I never followed them that much. I'm surprised by my stats this year. I can't wait to go to Twitter and see your guys' stats. I hope you go to Twitter. If you're watching this on YouTube, please go to Twitter at SilverGreg78, and you can tag me in your stats for Nintendo Switch. I kind of want to see what everybody. I like to see the different games that everybody played. I think that's the one that I like the most. Is like the top 3 games. Your take on whether games should go back to multi-disc format for longer? No, absolutely not. No, that multi-disc thing, the multi-disc thing we dealt with because it was necessary. I just don't think it's necessary. There's no point to it now. It's just, I don't think that it's necessary at this point. We're getting extremely long gaming experiences on their own. I don't need a 500-hour game spread over 3 discs. That's not something that I need. So I don't think that that's even necessary anymore. I mean, you saw I played 155 hours of Monster Hunter Rise, and that came on a cartridge this big. I don't need the multi-disc the multi-disc format we had to deal with, and we don't really need it anymore. You mean the Final Fantasy VII Remake? I'll be honest, that's one of the reasons I'm holding away. I'm keeping away from it. I want to wait to see what else comes out for it. I don't know, man. I really need to play that game. I don't want Tales of Arise to be 4-disc long. Thank you. Last of Us 2? Was that multi-disc? There's no way that was multi-disc, was it? I don't even want to think of how many disc Monster Hunter would have needed back then. I mean, remember when Final Fantasy VII could have been on the Nintendo 64? They were talking about 2 cartridges. Could you imagine? They were talking about 2 cartridges for that? How would that even work? Yeah, Last of Us 2 wasn't multi-disc. I don't think there are any multi-disc games anymore. They really don't make them anymore. Thank God. Multi-disc has been replaced by day one multi-disc has been replaced by day one patches. No, Wario, I wouldn't say that. I would not say that. What I will say is that multi-disc games are replaced by DLC. Day one patches usually don't have a bunch of content. Day one patches tend to be fixes. DLC later on is what has replaced multi-discs. Yeah, I are there any, like, could you give me examples of day one patches? I mean, by definition, patches is fixes and not a bunch of content. Can you give me examples of content heavy day one patches? I don't really think there are. I would say that most of the day one patches are fixes. When it comes to content, more stories, more maps, things like that, that's DLC later on. Fallout 76. Well, let's be honest here. Fallout 76 or 72, as you said, that did a lot of. I get it, Sentinel. It was Fallout 72. You had to download the extra 4 on day one. Got it. Sonic Boom? How much content did Sonic Boom have on day one? Both Final Fantasy VII R and Last of Us 2 had data disc. Data discs? Wait. 7 and Last of Us 2 have an install disc and then a content disc? Really? Where's my 7? Does it really? I don't even think I opened my 7. There was a patch for No More Heroes Travis Strikes Again that added the intro cutscene to explain the new character's role. Wow, did it really? My 7 is not even open, I don't think. Sure, we'll go with that. I totally didn't remember the title. It sucked regardless. Yeah. For Fallout 72. There was a patch for No More Heroes Travis Strikes Again that added the intro cutscene to explain the new character's role. That's so weird. I like Final Fantasy VII, but the story changes is what made me not want to buy the rest of the remake. It was fun, but didn't like the direction they went with it. If we played that on stream, how long do you think that would take to beat? Final Fantasy VII Remake. Bearing in mind, okay, let me put it this way. About how long do you think it would take to beat Final Fantasy VII Remake for a normal person that plays the game and doesn't stop every 5 minutes to talk to you all? How long do you think that would take to play? Totally surprised Xenoblade X didn't do that for all the data packs. Sonic Boom Wii U had to have a patch that was bigger than the actual game, I believe, in order to work properly. Open it up, give in to temptation. I'd like to note that Final Fantasy VII Remake has not only a download disc and a mandatory download in order to work. Are you serious? There's Cabbage Patch. Okay. Mark, hello. You okay there? You drinking a little? We day drinking at 2:52 in the afternoon? Typical JRPG length. Wario, that could be a million different things. Let's see here. Should I open it up? Not super long. It's pretty linear. It's a pretty linear RPG. Why don't I open it up? Hold on. I'm going to grab it. Hold on. I need to get a bigger platform for my chair. I have 2 games here that are unopened. I did 40 megs worth of changes to this 2 gig file. That means the patch has to be 2 gigs. I got an external USB for Xenoblade X for the patches. Yikes. I wouldn't have liked Final Fantasy VII R's story direction on paper, but it sold me on execution. I'm curious where it goes next. So I have 2 games here that are unopened. Final Fantasy VII Remake. PlayStation exclusive. Play first on PS4. I mean, this sounds like it would be... this is going to be worth money, right? Isn't this going to be worth a lot of money because it has the sticker on there? Shouldn't I keep this sealed? Yeah, it says 2 discs. 100 gig minimum? Optional, wait, hold on. And the mandatory download for 7 is pretty long. And then, like I said, it has to download the data off the actual game disc, off the actual disc game, because all disc consoles need to do that for some reason before you can play it. Dragon, I don't mind that because it's better. I would rather it upload. That's actually something we always wanted. We always wanted the game to upload to the system to cut down on load times. Could you imagine every time you go into a door or a building that it has to offload the information from the disk to the system? I actually prefer that you upload it to the system. I like that. That's not something I completely hate. Optional but preferred because those original textures were ugly. I'm here lurking, celebrating my birthday, Man Spider. Happy birthday, Man Spider. Thoughts on 7 Remake a story. Loved it, assuming that the next game properly follow up. Otherwise, it's not good. Like all those only 4 copies of Resident Evil GameCube. Oh yeah. This is so expensive. I can't open this. It's gonna be worth too much money. And the other game that I have sealed. Does anybody know? You probably saw it. I'm sure I've said it before. I have never opened this game. Can anybody guess what the other game is? If you've been watching for a while, you should probably know exactly what game it is. My copy of Okami on the Wii has the IGN watermark on it. My 3 Houses. What a shame. I'll play you. I have other. I also have a Hero. I also have 3D All Stars sealed. What are my sealed games? Tales of the Abyss. These are all my sealed games. Tales of the Abyss on GBA. 3DS. Don't I have a sealed DS game? Do I have a sealed DS game?
Your ideas are
I do.
intriguing to me, and I wish to subscribe to your newsletter.
Okay, Crybaby. Thanks so much for the follow. Welcome. Hold on. I have Retro Atari for the 3DS. I think I got this at the Goodwill store. I don't know how I got a sealed game at the Goodwill store. Actually, I think that's how I got the Tales of the Abyss also. Mad World. I have a sealed copy of Mad World for the Wii. Oh, you know what else I have sealed for the Wii? Yeah, one of everybody's favorites, right? Don't everybody love this game? It's a Sonic game, so people have to love it. And my Mario 3D All-Stars. And Mario 3D All-Stars. Keep it sealed. It doesn't deserve to be played. Oh, that's so painful. Yeah, I gotta. You know what we should probably do? See, you know what? You know what's sad about these games right here? I've always talked before about if I were to ever, because I've always said that I have a hard time playing super long games on stream because we don't stream very long. So if I decide I want to play this on stream and it's a 60-hour game, that's like a month of streams. So we're going to be playing this forever. I've always said if for whatever reason life set me up to be able to stream full time, that's when I would play stuff like this. That's when I would play this on stream because I'd be able to play for 6 to 8 hours a day. So that's when I would play stuff like this. I haven't gotten 7 world rings yet. Oh, you're talking about secret rings? Uncle Kirby games, though. What's wrong with Kirby games? I love Kirby games. I mean, I think I love the idea of Kirby games more than I like Kirby games because I can't tell you the last Kirby game I fully played. I don't know the last Kirby game I fully played through. I think it's been proven for most games to speed up load times. People say that, but even Switch games of ports have similar loading speeds or have that patched in for much less space on the console than the mandatory download is. Thank you. I turned 24. You're feeling it. Trust me, it's gonna get better and worse, man. Spider, trust me. What's my favorite Kirby game? See, I haven't really played enough of them to have a good opinion on that. My favorite Kirby game was, God, you guys are not gonna like that answer. I don't know how people feel about this game. I really liked Kirby 64. I liked Kirby 64. See, I never played Robobot. I never played Robobot. I like Kirby 64. I thought that was great. The problem is I have only played a handful of... the only Kirby games I've played are 1, Adventure on the NES. I don't even think I played 2 on the Game Boy. 64... Avalanche. Well, no, Dream Course. I think I did play some Avalanche. Dream Course, which is obviously not a real Kirby game. And there was another one that I thought I tried out, but never. No, I think that might actually be it. If you're feeling it at 24, it's a long way down. Oh boy, Kirby 64 is a popular choice. I sometimes I think people like. Sometimes I hear people say that they hate that game, and I'm never really sure why. I had a blast with that game. I thought it was so much fun. It's slow, but I love it. I think maybe that's, I don't know. And I love, and 3, Kirby's Dream Land 3, which I absolutely love the art style for 3. Yarn, Epic Yarn, Kirby's Epic Yarn. I like that game. I really like that game. I never played what's the good one on the Wii? The one that's like expensive now. Return to Dreamland? It's not Nightmare in Dreamland, right? I think it's Return to Dreamland. I wanted to play that game and I could never find a copy of it. Return to Dreamland. That game looked really good and I could never find a copy of it. I did like the Epic Yarn game and I never got to play Rainbow Curse. Was that the Wii U one? The Rainbow Curse? My favorite is Nightmare in Dreamland on the GBA. See, I don't think I have that game. Kirby 64 got a lot of hate early on, but especially after the Kirby collection, its popularity went way up as people were like, wow, this is actually pretty great. Rainbow Curse. Was it Canvas Curse or Rainbow Curse? Okay, so now I'm lost. Was it Kirby Rainbow Curse? Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. Yeah, so that's the one on the Wii U. Was there a game called Canvas Curse? Was that a separate game? Oh, Canvas was on the DS. Okay, so there was actually a Canvas Curse game that was on the DS. Yeah, so Rainbow Curse. I love the idea of Kirby games. I just have not played that many of them. I haven't played that many of them. I would love to. I think that would be a fun thing for streaming. I think Kirby games would be a lot of fun to play on stream. Like just play through the franchise. I think that would be a ton of fun. Just said my most played Switch games on the on Discord. I don't know. I'm scrolling up a little bit here. Oh, you found spoilers for No Way Home? Uh-oh. Kirby games. Yeah, I think Kirby games are a lot of fun for streaming. I think that would work really well. Maybe I have to start tracking some of those down. Kirby games are fun. If you like them, I recommend The Legend of Starfy. You know what, Jet? I have the box for Legend of Starfy, and for the life of me, I could not find just the cartridge. When I would go to too many games, whenever I would go to a game store or something, I cannot find just a cartridge, but I have the empty box for it. When I sold all of my stuff, I gave the guy a bunch of my empty boxes because I really didn't need them. I kept the Starfy box because I knew that I was going to get that game. Because I did play that game when it first came out, and I did like it. But I never played through it, and I never owned it. I think Superstars on the SNES Online. Is Superstar the one that is like 8 games in one, or is that Avalanche? What's the one that's a bunch of Kirby games in one? Or is that called like 8 in 1 or something? You should get Stars Kirby. Get and stream Stars Ally. It's pretty cheap sometimes, and it's got loads of extra content nowadays. Superstar. Okay, so that was Superstar. Superstar is the compilation game. All right. Other than Kirby 3, did Super Nintendo have a legit Kirby game, like straight up adventure, or was that just Kirby's Dream Land 3, which was a fantastic game? I actually really liked that game. I thought that the art style for that game was perfectly suited to Kirby. The crayon art style was Superstar Ultra on the DS is a much better experience. But it never has been re-released. Superstar was it was a compilation, right? Superstar had Milky Way Wishes, which might have well been its own game. Oh, I'm okay, Lizard. You know what's funny? I named the stream that, and I didn't even talk about. I'm probably glad I didn't talk about it. We're not going to talk about it today because I'm going to go to the restroom, and then we're going to get started on the game today. We're doing more Castlevania. The reason for the stream title was this NFT thing that's going on. So I won't talk about it today because I probably want to discuss it a little bit more in depth. But this NFT thing that's going on with Stan Lee and now Bob Ross from Funko is pissing me off to no end. So that was why I don't want to live on this planet anymore. Which is obviously I'm just being what's the word, like overly dramatic, superfluous? Is that I'm using a bigger word than I need to. I'm being overly dramatic with the stream title there. But yeah, that was in reference to the hyperbole. That was in reference to the NFT thing that's going on. But I don't want to talk about that today because that's I probably want to get a little bit further into that, and I want to get to today's game. I gotta roll. Just got where no, Lizard. I'm gonna be really honest with you, Lizard. If there were anything significantly bad going on, I probably wouldn't be talking about it in stream. You know, I would talk about it, but I wouldn't make it my stream title. You know what I mean? Facetious, maybe? No, I think hyperbolic. Isn't that like a chamber that makes me stronger? I was wondering why you said that in the title. My favorite Kirby will always be Amazing Mirror and the GBA Return to Dreamland. If you enjoy good tactics games, I recommend Disgaea. I played Disgaea 1. I've never played any of the other ones. I did really like Disgaea 1, though. Disgaea 1. Okay. Give me only if you're. The hyperbolic chamber only works if you're a Saiyan. Did you hear Tara Strong? Yes. Van Spider, like I said, I don't want to get into it today, but yes, it all of a sudden seems like it's all over the place and it's driving me crazy. Superstar is technically 8 in 1. It's actually really Kirby Adventure and then a few small modes that don't take long to beat. Okay, so Superstar would probably count as a legit full game.